recording. And as we always do with everything here at St. Anthony, we begin with prayer. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Today's reflection is called Be a Light. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. This world is full of darkness, but I am the light of the world. When you choose to follow me, the Holy Spirit who lives inside you can shine out from your face. Take my light and carry it into the world around you. Be my hands by helping others and love them with my love. Ask my Spirit to live through you as you make your way through this day. Hold my hand with joy in your heart, trusting that I never leave your side. The light of my presence is shining on you. Brighten up the world around you by reflecting this light, showing me to others. Amen. Father, Son, Spirit. Kindergartners naturally are very much lights to others, so it's I try to make a point of being in Miss Milan's room whenever humanly possible, because they just by nature of being children of Christ, they always remind us of how things should look and operate. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Milan, and she is going to share this presentation, and then at the end we'll open it up for questions.
Well, good afternoon and God bless you. My name is Miss Milan, and I've been at St. Anthony's School. This is going to be my 32nd year. So I have completed 31 years here. That's a long time. And I have taught third grade. I've taught first, and for the last 21, starting my 22nd, I have been teaching kindergarten. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. That's where the accent is from. So you need to really let me know if you do not understand me. I'm used to say that because I talk very fast. So my mother is always telling me, get off your motorcycle. So you could just go and say the same line, get off, Miss Milan, get off your motorcycle. That way you remind me of my mother that is in Puerto Rico. So we're going to be having a lot of fun in kindergarten, at the same time learning a lot. The research says that the best way that the children at this age learn is through play, and we're going to continue doing that. And they haven't been with me before, so they will not know how different things are going. But it's going to be an exciting year. And we're going to just have a lot of fun. The St. Anthony School mission is on the screen, and I'm sure you probably have read it before if you visited our school. We're trying to help the child build their hold, all kinds of things, be a bold child, because we would like them to be good at academics, but we also would like them to be spiritual, to do their social, emotional, and those are things that I start building. And when they get to be older and they have to be in the honor society and all things like that, the whole child is what is taken into consideration. So those are things that are extremely important. And I am sure you are aware of that. You are actually your child's first teachers. So I'm sure you have done a fantastic job passing them to me. That's me. So in our religion class, we'll use the booklet, the book by Sadler, and what we're showing you here is the main units, and those are the ones that are related to the book. But that's just a small portion of what we do. We try to have the children be as Christ-like as we could be. We have been having a Saints in Training program, and we just talk about how to be more like Christ. We participate in Mass. We have adorations after school, in school on the first Friday, and in our interactions, daily interactions, we will teach them how to be the best they can be, starting at home with the siblings, with the parents, with their pets, with plants, and then bringing that to the classroom with the classmates, where there will be all kinds of different personalities. And then we'll do the Star Fall for the language arts, all the areas in language arts that you can see on the bottom right. And we'll do also social studies, science, and math. I will come this slide later. But our Starfall program, it's a spiral back and forth. So maybe you have someone that at the beginning, it's not ready for, let's see, rhyming words. Well, all year long, we're going back and forth to rhyming words. We're constantly doing many activities, hands-on, games, songs, dancing, all like that, those things. And when they get to do something in the book, it will not be heard by them for the first time. We try to encourage motivation. You know, all the children are gifted. You know, God made all of us gifted. And motivation is extremely important because everybody's smart is the characteristics of being, you know, motivated and responsible that will get them to be successful. We'll be doing phonics and vocabulary words and high frequency words, all that, and we attach them to songs and stories. You could go ahead and check starfall.com. You can see it on the screen. There are a lot of areas that you will see, and when school starts, I will give all of you a code that will give you a membership to Starfall to get a little bit more than what you get with a free membership if anybody can get, and see a lot of what we do in the classroom. And there's a lot of things in there, stories, songs, poems, tongue twisters, all kinds of things for the language arts. Then on math is the same thing. It's a spiral back and forth program. And we do everything from numerals. We start with a 1 through 10. We do, at the end, we get up to 30. We expect them to count up to 100. We'll do the two-dimensional shapes, the three-dimensional shapes. We do the coins. We do tally marks, and that's an example of something. For example, our day will start with a gathering routine. It will be the same thing every day. We'll do a calendar and we talk about the time, how we measure time. I recommend you get a calendar at home and start just pointing at the date casually. We do the weather and we start tallying the weather, and then later on we'll count how many days it was cold, how many days it was rainy, which we have more rainy days than sunny days, things like that. Because at the very end, they'll have a lesson on tallying. But they have been, since day number 1, seeing and listening the words and seeing, you know, modeling how tallying is done in the classroom. And we'll do measurement. You know, we try to do everything attached to their daily words. You know, you have to measure yourself now when you're buying the school shoes, the uniforms. If you are buying a bicycle, you might need to measure and get the right size. So we try to do everything attached to their daily work so it makes sense to them. So basically, you know, in Starfall, it's all that we cover: science, social studies, all the language arts, and math. And then Sadlier will cover our religion. The kids will have music, media, PE, with one of the special teachers. And then they, you know, in the classroom, self-contained kindergarten, we do a lot of music and arts, but they have all those classes also with the teachers that teach the special classes. There's a lot that you can do from now to, you know, help your child at home. The most important thing is that you have quality time together in any choice of activity that you enjoy together. Reading, we don't really have written homework that they'll do something at home just to kill time. Is everything meaningful? I hope you have been, you know, reading to them since probably you knew you were going to have them. Would have been helpful, but if not, you could go ahead and start. A recommended time is 20 minutes daily, and this 20 minutes daily reading is a reading that you will do with your child. It could be a book about motorcycles, if that's the interest of the child, and a book that he or she will not be able to read. But if they're listening and you're modeling, moving, from left to right, top to bottom, things like that. When you read and you have things available and they see you reading, that's another thing. Labels on the road, when you take them to the supermarket, which is the number one way to do classification for math, sorting and classify this, the supermarket is the best way to do that. Those are examples of things you can do that you're teaching a lot without really knowing that you're teaching, and they're learning without knowing that they are. Worship together, it's something that will be very, important family activity to do. Beside the calendar, you should always have available an analog clock to just start talking about that. That's something that comes at the very end of kindergarten. But the idea of doing all those things ahead of time is that when it comes for a lesson that we have to assess, it's something that comes easy. I think at this time, at all levels, I think children should enjoy school and not feel like they're struggling. So that, they enjoy it so much like me that I become teachers. So I mentioned the calendar, the high frequency words that are close to 100 words that they will be learning throughout the year. I will communicate with you weekly and be sending those words to you. They're about the most that they will be introduced are 5 words a week. And also that we make that very meaningful. Like, for example, the first 2 words are see and me, and we introduce those words through the story, brown bear, what do you see? At the same time, we tally when we find those 2 words. And again, we'll compare how many times we've heard the word see, how many times we heard the word me, and we'll find, so that's also math. So, when we're self-contained, we'll try to cover all the areas, and we'll try to, with one activity, we could cover many benchmark and standards, so we have to do it. And I'll have those high frequency words, and at the beginning of the year, I will send you all the lists for the first part. There are 2 lists, and the first part, there are 45 words. One list and 52 on the other list. And then at home, like I mentioned, there are so many things that at this age families can do together to get them ready for school. But if you haven't done it, don't think, oh, I will have to cancel and wait. There is nothing that you have to get, to do to get them ready. They will mean that you have not done so far. I'm sure you have been having fun and doing rhyming words and all that. The research says that the rhyming words is one of the best ways that they get ready for first grade and develop their reading skills. And nursery rhymes are not for babies. I don't know why they call them nursery rhymes. I guess in the way past they used to teach them in preschool and daycares. But rhyming words will get them ready. It's one of the benchmarks. We assess them, and there are a lot of assessments in kindergarten that have to be done individually, because it's not like older grades that you give them a paper, they read an answer. And we do a lot of rhyming words in the classroom. In the past, I know this year we have to play by ear according to the situation, but I have had Mother Goose nursery rhyme and Mother Goose birthday in May, and the kids have memorized a nursery rhyme, and we do all kinds of activities. But nursery rhymes is something that if you haven't done them, you could just Google them and start maybe getting one a week and dance to it and look for rhyming words in the nursery rhymes. You could start modeling how to write simple sentences at this level. What we look for is that they begin, and that's of course when they get into kindergarten, but we look into beginning a sentence with an uppercase letter, move from left to right, leave a finger space between words, and have punctuation at the end. Each one will get a dictionary. For the first 45 words, they're already pre-printed in the dictionary. After that, later in the year, they will be mastering, getting with private. We play I Spy using the dictionary. going back and forth. We introduced the alphabet like having 3 parts, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And we'll match it to a traffic light, like, that way they just picture that better. And we'll do all kinds of games with the alphabet to help them, back and forth, and we work with them. We'll give them all the help we can, but they'll have a dictionary that will also help them be, spelling words correctly. And, count your blessings. I am honored that you have chosen St. Anthony School, to come to school. I've been here, for a long time. You could just ask all the parents, to tell you. I don't like to sit here and brag about, how but I've been here for this long time. You can ask. Hopefully you ask the right parents. I'm sure I have not been able to please everybody in all these years because they're different styles. So some people might like my style, others might not. I believe, that parents are a big, important part of the puzzle that make teaching together. We'll have to make a lot of adjustment due to the pandemic. And, hopefully, I hope by the end of the year, if not before, we could have a gathering. Because at the moment, I cannot promise you that I will do all the gatherings I have done in the past. But I'm sure the goal is not only to, keep them, we have always made safety a priority. There is a different kind of safety we have to look at now. And I hope and pray that you'll be very understanding of all the changes. I'm here for you. I want you to just, rest and just enjoy your child. They grow fast. I went to Puerto Rico. I spent my vacations in Puerto Rico with my mother, who's 87. I lost my dad 3 years ago. So time is very precious with family to me. My nephews, already grown men. So I realize time really flies when you're having fun. So you see as, you have how many? 10 more summers with your children before they go to college. You look at that way, it's not that many summers. So if you're planning on visiting one, you don't even have time to visit all the states in the summers that you have left with your children. So.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Juan.
Besides telling me to get off the motorcycle, you can also tell me give us a break. I know I tend to talk a lot. Was that the end? So, do you have any questions?
It might be best to put them in the chat, and then I can ask them on everyone's behalf.
Was I too fast on that motorcycle?
Or the sight words, Dilch words.
The words that we use are attached to the Starful program. And I could send them before. I have them already ready. I could send them to you. They're attached to they're basically similar to all the sides or Dolch words that you have seen, but ours is attached to all the books and stories that we will do in kindergarten. There have any rhyme and reason with the letter that we will be learning that week and with the story that we're bringing to the lessons.
Okay.
There are 45 in one side of the paper and 52 on the other. And then we try to make extra of those. I encourage, the number words. They're displayed on the classroom, color words, the words that they use a lot. And in their dictionary, I help them, turn in any word that they ask a lot, like favorite is a word we use a lot. I help them, get that entry in their dictionary so it's there when they need it. Jacqueline McCrae, there's a
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. So the question is school uniforms. So yes, in the, I'm happy to send it to anyone who does not have it, but earlier this summer, committee of staff and faculty got together and put together a COVID handbook. And in that COVID handbook, it talks in great detail about what the school day will look like for families who have chosen option A, which is in the classroom, and option B, which is remote learning. So we do ask for students who are remote learning to wear their school uniform. Try to picture it this way, that the only difference between option A and option B is the child who's chosen remote. It's almost like they're behind a wall with a big glass window. So everything else is exactly the same. You're in math class when all your classmates are in math class. You're in science class when all your classmates are in science class. It's just you have that extra barrier of safety that your family felt was the best option for you. So yes, we do please ask. It's like you're sitting in the classroom. So you're in your school uniform, you're in a quiet, unobstructed space so that your child can focus on what's being taught. As we stand, I think we are at 14 in kindergarten, but we are giving tours quite frequently, so that number could fluctuate a little bit. I can't imagine a lot, but it seems to be 14 right now.
And 12
12 in the classroom, yes.
Far for sure.
Are there questions we can answer for you?
Or 1 or 2 more pages on this.
One thing I do want to make sure, so if you do not, every Saturday, beginning this coming weekend, I send out a newsletter, and that newsletter gives the vast majority of the information that's going to be helpful to you on a weekly basis. It has links to different things that you can either participate to volunteer for or sign-ups for various things. So like this past weekend, I sent one, I apologize, 2 weeks ago, school supplies, uniform list. So if you're not getting those emails, if you'll please let me know that, and I'll make sure that you're added to the email list, because I try not to over communicate. I try to do quality versus quantity. And so that newsletter is the primary driver. And then if there's something urgent or short notice, we may send something through RenWeb, which is where you'll see your students' grades. So you might get a notification from there, but otherwise we try to keep communication streamlined so you don't have to look lots of places to find information. The children have PE twice a week, music once a week, art every other week. What am I missing this one? They do Spanish in the classroom. Did I say music? Music once a week. And technology will be infused in the classroom. So PE uniform twice a week.
And in case you teach.
First day of school drop off. So unfortunately, it's a kiss in the car, and we need to take temperatures, and then we'll be walking the kids up to the building. I'm sorry that that's what you may have to have a big experience at home before you drop them off, but that's the protocol that we need to follow. I pray, trust me, we pray sooner rather than later that that all goes away, but right now that's the protocol we need to adhere to. Sure, the next question is about lunch. Short term, we're asking that you pack. We are looking at a new lunch provider, and what we'd like to do is have the lunch provider come to school and do some samples for the kids to see if the kids like it. And then if we get a vast, resounding yes, then we will go with this company. What we decided was this company is all, it's through a caterer, but it's all home cooked, very healthy options. Not healthy to the fact where we don't think the children would eat it, but we've eaten it as a staff twice, and it's a resounding double thumbs up. So the other nice part about it is if we start to find collectively that a particular lunch is not popular, we will abandon it and we will introduce something new. So the hope is by the time the students get a chance to sample the foods, we could start the hot lunch program in September. And the lunch would be available every day. So yes, that's available every day. They don't use any nuts according to the caterer. And if your child has other dietary restrictions, we would just note that in the order so that they could be adhered to, whether it's celiac, gluten, what have you. they could be mindful of that. How many times do they get snack?
It's like 2 times. Can you tell me myself? We get snacks 2 times a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. However, I tell the children to let me know if they're hungry and we'll make adjustment. If they're hungry, they won't be able to learn or so, but I want them at the same time to get used to it. Won't be eating all day. So usually we have a snack in the morning and we have a snack in the afternoon. And I would like to say, if you haven't noticed the chat, there is a former student of mine that I taught, was it third or first, Jackie? First. I taught her in first grade. Wow, man. I started teaching very, very, very young.
She was very young. She's just gifted. So the next question is about a water bottle. So kind of think of it in sets of three things that we're asking. Again, unusual circumstances, but we're asking each family cloth mask with a dense fabric, water bottle that has your child, please label everything. Please label, especially now, please label everything. So labeled face mask, a labeled water bottle, and then their own hand sanitizer if they have it. It's not a mandatory. We have lots of hand sanitizer stations throughout the school within the classrooms. But 60% alcohol is what they're telling us in terms of effectiveness. So if it has at least a 60% alcohol, it does the trick. We're also going to be doing practice on washing your hands, lots of opportunities to wash your hands, lots of opportunities to stop and get hand sanitizer just to keep everybody healthy and regardless of what might be going around. So in terms of questions for masks, just this is one opportunity where your child can be out of uniform really for right now. Just be mindful of what it has on it so it's not too distracting to their classmates. We are looking at a company that could provide us masks. So if this becomes a longer process than we hope, then other types of masks would be available.
I have a question about this.
Let's see. No, the snacks can be in the same lunchbox. What would you prefer?
For the snacks, that's more for your child to know. Really, whatever you want to, serve them and talk to them about what is the snack. Some of them at the beginning, they started in the spaghetti and then when it gets to lunchtime. So we will help them with that. But that's something you can probably start practicing from now. It's more for them. If you want, you don't have to pack them separately but it's more for your child to know what you would like them to eat for snack and what you like your child to have at lunch. If you pack all healthy food, I don't tell them you have to eat more or you have to eat, that's all a personal choice. Eating, away from the home could be, I don't want to say it there, but it's a personal choice with you and the kid, whatever you want them to eat. Some of them have been told to eat everything. I usually tell them whatever you don't want to eat, leave it in the lunchbox. And some of them say, well, they gave me this wheat bread, I don't like it. So I said, well, you have to go home and say that. If I see the bread keep coming back, I assume you want them to eat wheat bread. But that's basically something you have to work with your child. Whatever they want to eat. Sometimes they have a stomach ache and they don't feel like eating that day. So that's a personal thing. But the labeling is if you want, and it's more for your child to know what is expected to eat at lunch and what is to be. And I mean, there is nothing wrong with eating. If they want to eat spaghetti for snack, it's just that we don't have that much time. And if they want to have a slice of pizza for snack and then we'll have a chicken for lunch, that's something personal by family. I just tell you to just try to pack healthy lunches, and it doesn't matter in which order they eat it.
Okay. The question about water bottles, we have installed Culligan water dispensers all over the school. So we're covering water fountains for right now. And so I think it would be better if your child had a reusable water bottle with a larger opening to be able to put it under the machine in order to be able to replenish their water supply. Process for cleaning the classrooms. So just yesterday, we had a nurse from Pasco County here giving us some guidance on that, but each teacher will have disinfectant in his or her classroom. So when possible during the day, they'll be going through and cleaning high touch points, high frequency touch points. And then our cleaning crew will come in and do a deeper cleaning at the end of the day. And then anything used on the playground, we have an electrostatic sprayer that they'll be going out in between classes using the playground to make sure the equipment is clean. Shoes. So we have a uniform sheet. Tennis shoes for PE, yes, please. We want them to, especially now, we want them to be able to run around, get outside, and do a lot of movement. So make sure they have tied or secure tennis shoes to play outside. When it comes to their regular uniform, we ask for solid black or solid brown dress shoes, whatever's comfortable for your child. Backpacks. So Miss Milan and I were just talking about that today. Somehow that did not make the supply list. Yes, we would encourage backpacks and lunch boxes for your students. So in terms of masks in the classroom, we're still looking at that. You know, we want to try to give them mask breaks and extra time outside, especially at the beginning when they're getting adjusted to the fact that they're having to wear a mask for these longer periods of time than they're probably used to at present. So teachers are very mindful of that so that the kids can take breaks. And then of course, whenever possible, if we're able to social distance, we'll get them a nice break. Okay, so thank you, Ashley. Ashley knows someone with some great water bottle options. So it'll be nice for you to get to know each other and share information. What did Mr. Sifferman say? This is the class of 27? 29? Okay. Other questions? If there aren't any further questions, it might be nice for each of the students just to say hello and say their first name so their friends know who they are. So I'm just looking at my screen, and so I'm just going to start from top to bottom, left to right. So where's Jonathan? Jonathan, can you unmute and introduce yourself?
I don't know what that says.
Say hi.
Say what your name is and tell us a little bit about you.
I'll just say
Know what to say?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, he's a
Our friend Jonathan, yes. Can you wave to your new friends? Is that
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you, Jonathan. Let's see. Who is next to Jonathan? Is that my friend Zachary? Is that Zachary? Can you unmute Zachary?
There we go. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Well, hello, Zachary. What would you like to say to your classmates? Miss Milan is saying, do you want to tell everybody your favorite animal?
Hi. My animal, my favorite animal is an elephant.
An elephant. Very nice.
My animal is a giraffe.
A giraffe. Okay, very good.
And this is my sister Zoe.
Yes. I have met her before, but your friends have not met her before, so it's nice
I
to
love
see
a giraffe.
you. Okay. All right, thank you. Let's see, who's next? I'm just going to call his name.
Mommy, wait.
Yeah, Mom's there too. How about Ayla?
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
And what would you like to tell us about yourself?
What do you want to tell about yourself? You tell me you like horses?
I like my horses, and this is my toy. I'm not sure if Chimpy wants it anymore, but this is it.
It was James's. James said hi, Miss Milan, and that he misses you and thanks for the card.
Aw. Very good.
And this is Baldy, the evil school teacher.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like a story for another day.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay,
How about,
bye.
who else is in the picture with me? I see Sebastian. Sebastian, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Louder.
So everybody knows it's you. Hi, Sebastian. It's nice to see you today. How are you?
How are you?
You having a good Friday?
Yes.
Yes. And what is your favorite animal?
Alligator.
An alligator?
Yes.
That's good to know. In case any come close, I'll know who to call. That is good to know. All right, Sebastian, thank you. Let's see, who else do we have? I have, do I have Sophia?
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sophia. What do you want to tell us about yourself?
Oh, well, so we have been having a good day.
What else?
That's great.
And sometimes we've been going out too.
What's your
Sometimes,
favorite animal?
sometimes, yeah. And what about your
What's your
favorite
favorite
animal? What's your favorite animal?
It's a unicorn.
Wow. Have you seen
No.
any recently? No, I haven't either. I'll keep an eye out. I'll let you know if I see one. It's so nice to see you, Sophia. All right, who is next? Do I have Michaela? Michaela? You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, Michaela. How are you?
Good.
Michaela, what do you want to tell us about yourself?
I just love animals. And I go to the zoo all morning.
It's hard to hear you. Can you say it a little louder?
I go to the zoo.
You went to the zoo?
Yes.
Were there any unicorns?
No.
Not at that zoo. Okay. So what is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is a unicorn.
It is too? Well, Sophia, you and Michaela are going to have to be on watch. All right, very good. Well, it is so nice to see you, Michaela. Thank you. And let's see, I see Kemper. Kemper, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
Good. What do you want to tell everybody?
I like golf.
You like golf. All right. That's good. That's
You
really
can
good.
Teach me some.
Miss Milan would like a lesson when you're available.
What else?
And how about a favorite animal?
Elephant.
Elephant. Very good. So we have 2 elephants, 2 unicorns, and a smattering of other things on our arc thus far. Okay, very good. Thank you, Kemper. Do I see Reagan? Is Reagan here? Reagan, do you want to say hi?
Mm-hmm.
How are you today?
Good.
What would you like to tell us?
I have baby plants outside.
And they're growing big, huh?
Yeah.
They can't hear you. Can you speak louder? Tell them I have plants outside, but I'm growing.
How about your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal?
Elephant.
That is a running trend. Well, there we go. Very nice. Who else is on the call?
Say it in Spanish too.
Me gustan los elefantes. Tell 'em.
Anything else, Reagan?
My Spanish voice good?
No.
Okay, that's okay. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it very much. Now, Charlotte here today, not here today?
Charlotte is enjoying a half week at her Nana's house before school starts.
Very nice.
But she's very excited, and her favorite animal are, well, she loves all dinosaurs. I don't think she could really pick just one. But she's very excited, and I told her we had our Zoom meeting, and she was, "Oh, I'm gonna miss everything. So I'm gonna have to fill her in."
It's okay. That is okay. And how about Aubrey? Is Aubrey with us today? Didn't think I saw her, but that's okay. How about Caleb? Caleb is not on today. How about Raylan? There's my.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Raylan. How are you?
Good.
It's nice to see you today. What do you want to tell everybody?
You like hockey? Say it.
I Tati.
You like what? I'm sorry?
Okay. Say it.
Say it again.
I Tati.
Hockey. Wonderful. And what about animals? What's your favorite animal?
Bear.
A bear. All right, we've got a new one for the ARC, Miss Milan. And I don't see my friend Caleb. That is okay. And there was one final question about remote. Is there a schedule that's going to be sent out? Yes, there will be a schedule. So with teachers just coming back this week, we've just shared schedules with them, so they're fine tuning them. And shortly they'll be sending them on to you. So regardless of whether your student's here with us or at home, you'll know what class is when during the day. What's that? Anybody not get a chance? I don't know. Did I miss anybody? I thought everybody got a chance, but based on my screen, I certainly would not want to miss anybody, but I think that was everybody. Well, if there are not any further questions, Ms. Milan, I really appreciate your time today, and it's wonderful to see all of your faces, and we're very excited for school to start and look forward to being with you all here very soon. So don't hesitate to email if you do have any further questions after today, but please continue to be safe and have a wonderful weekend. So thank you.
Bye, friends. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. They made it mad.
I'm looking for